Hi, I'm Chris Wilson from Grinding Gear Games. Build of the Week is a weekly video series that showcases interesting character builds created by Path of Exile community members. This week's character is an elemental Cleave ranger wearing the Queen of the Forest armor and dual-wielding a pair of dream feathers. All of these items grant bonuses proportional to how much evasion the character has. The Queen of the Forest unique armor channels massive amounts of evasion into movement speed, which is then combined with dodge and spell dodge to avoid most incoming damage entirely. Its weapons then combine evasion-scaled attack damage with elemental auras to dramatically enhance its offensive capabilities. In a previous episode we suggested that the best defense was a good offense, but this build does the reverse, gaining more damage as it becomes harder to hit. It's not invulnerable, but it gets a bigger benefit than most builds do from defensive buffs such as the Grace Aura and the effects of Jade Flasks. This character gets the vast majority of its base damage from its elemental auras, most of which are socketed into an Alpha's Howl to improve their level and reduce the amount of mana they reserve. It actually hasn't leveled its Cleave gem past level 5 as it doesn't need the physical damage, and it attacks so quickly that the increased mana cost from leveling the gem would do more harm than good. Frequent hits also allow it to benefit from the life and mana gain on hit from the Poacher's Mark curse. The curse is supported by cast when damage taken, allowing it to be applied automatically if the character gets into trouble. A more offensive curse, Conductivity, can be applied by Leap Slam, weakening enemies before a fight even starts. This character deals mostly lightning damage from the Wrath Aura, so Conductivity is an effective choice. The Atziri's Step boots are valuable to this build, both for their high evasion rating and the ability to dodge spell damage, which adds to the effects of the Phase Acrobatics keystone. Having unique items in half of the gear slots means that it's important to have good life and elemental resistance rolls on rare items such as jewelry and gloves. Almost all of this character's rare gear has been master crafted, either to fill in defensive holes or to provide more elemental damage. The only non-crafted item is a 3% mana leech amulet, which is combined with an Elrion's 2-stone ring to sustain the mana cost of attacking despite dealing much more elemental damage than physical damage. This character's passive skill tree spans from the Rangers to the Templar's areas, while also borrowing a few nodes from the Shadow and the Scion on the way. Aura nodes such as Charisma are important to this build, as that's where it gets most of its base damage. Weapon elemental damage nodes such as Forces of Nature offer similar benefits. Evasion boosting nodes such as Reflexes and Sentinel offer a convenient route towards all the elemental damage nodes in the Templar's starting area. This build is effective at both dealing and avoiding damage, which is a lot of fun to play with when combined with high mobility. It's not so great at actually taking damage, so it would be risky to try this in a hardcore league. If you'd like to submit a build for next week's episode, just post a build guide in the class forums on pathofexile.com. Thanks for watching and see you next time.